Welcome to week 3 of Flashback Fridays. My name is Shane O'Jack. Thanks for tuning in tonight. This is episode 3, like I mentioned, and today we're going back circa 1989. This game is Golden Axe. It's the first in the series of many to come, and it was originally made for the Sega Genesis. So let's go right down to it. Golden Axe is a side-scrolling, beat-em-up, and hack-and-slash arcade video game released in 1989, like I mentioned, by Sega for their System 16B arcade hardware. It is the first game in the Golden Axe series. The other games in this series include Golden Axe 2 for Sega Genesis, Golden Axe: The Revenge of Death Adder, that is an arcade game only. There was a Golden Axe 3, but it was only available for download for a short time through Sega a long time ago. And in 2007, I believe, Golden Axe Beast Rider for the Xbox 360. As you can see by the side-to-side scrolling game, this game can be compared to Double Dragon, Battletoads, and several of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle video games for the multiple systems throughout history. Now, the lead producer of this game was Makoto Yoshida, and they were fond of action movies, particularly the Conan films, and wanted to create a game influenced by these films. As you can see on the screen right now, you can see the Barbarian there. This game takes place in the fictional land of Uria, a Conan-based, barbarian-style, high-fantasy, medieval world. The evil entity in this world is known as Death Adder, and Death Adder captured the king and his daughter, and it's your responsibility to battle through all the enemies in this game and defeat Death Adder at the end and have some fun along the way with the 3 classes. Now, the 3 classes in this game are the Barbarian, the Amazon, and the Dwarf. There is a backstory between all 3 characters in this game. The Barbarian is known as Axe Battler. He's a brown-haired, muscular hero who uses a large broadsword while wearing a skinny thong and blue boots, as well as silver cuffs and a necklace. And the magic that he uses in this game are earth-based magic attacks. The second character in the game is the Amazon. Her name is Tyrus Flare. She's a red-haired Amazon who wields a sword as well as the Barbarian, and she wears a very skimpy bikini and red boots. Now, the final character who makes an appearance in all 3 Golden Axes 1, 2, and 3 is Gilius Thunderhead. He's a white-haired, bearded dwarf in a green and horned helmet, and the one thing that all 3 of these characters that have in common in the game, at least according to the storyline, is that they all had a loved one killed off by Death Adder, who's the final boss of the game. Now let's talk about the game itself a little bit. Progress is made by fighting through Death Adder's henchmen. They include men armed with clubs and maces, skeleton warriors who are particularly nasty and a little harder to kill than most of the other enemies in this game I found, and the last enemies you fight are knights. Players are able to attack using their weapon, jump or cast spells, and hurt all enemies on the screen with the magic. Now, the magic is determined by the amount of magic up in the top left-hand corner and the little blue jars that you can see. So, the force of the magic. So you see right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, those are all the different levels of magic that there are for the Amazon. All 3 have different. The Dwarf only has up to 3. The Barbarian here has up to 4, and the Amazon has up to 6. Now, these little things you see on the screen right now, those are known as sprites, and those are little buggers that are going to get you the blue little canisters to fill up your magic gauge and deal out devastating magic damage. So, I did mention about the Barbarian. He has earth-based attacks. Well, the Amazon has fire magic. She has the most powerful magic if you're able to get it up to 6, which is like almost 10 to 12 canisters of those blue things. And the Dwarf has the smallest magic, but he has lightning-based attacks. There are animals in this game that you can actually ride. They are known as steeds, and there are 3. They can be ridden. They can also be ridden by the enemy rider, but you just have to knock them off to get on. So the 3 are known as the cockatrice, and the other 2 are dragons. The dragons have 2 different types of attacks. One spits a fireball, and one also aims fire down at the ground and defeats the enemy. Now, the one thing that really did surprise me about this game is how short it really is. Only 9 levels, and you would think that the levels would be, between 10 to 20 minutes. This game wasn't really all that difficult back in the day, but they made it quite simple. 9 levels, and when I play capturing this gameplay, it only took me about an hour to hour and a half to capture all the footage that you're seeing, and for each character it only took me about between 9 and 15 minutes to actually beat the game. Now, dealing with character difficulty, I found that I actually had the most difficulty with the Amazon. I don't know if it's actually true or not, but I feel that her weapon range is actually shorter than that of the Barbarian and the Dwarf. Now, I would probably say that, you know, the fact that she has the strongest magic is good and all, but I didn't really find it all that helpful when trying to get this gameplay. I had a tough time doing it, and I got my ass handed to me quite a few times. Now with the Barbarian, you're in between the Amazon and the Dwarf in terms of strength and also magic, but I feel that the Dwarf is probably your best option in this game to go through, because I'm not, like I said, I'm not sure, but I think his golden axe, don't worry about the pun, but his golden axe actually has a longer range than the other characters, and that really makes up for something. Now, this game is available on Xbox Live as well as the PlayStation Network, and you can play through it on one player or local multiplayer, or as well, you actually have the option of going on to Xbox Live or PlayStation Network and playing online with a friend. Now, and they also have some leaderboards out there, so you can also check that out. And let's just get some stuff finished up here, shall we? This has been the third episode of Flashback Fridays. Like last week, I'm not sure what I'll be featuring next week for our retro game that I'll be looking into. But as always, I do appreciate you tuning in. Please check me out on Twitter. That's Twitter.com/ShaneOJack to get in touch with me, or just follow the adventures of whatever I'm doing. And please, in the comments below, please suggest some games you'd like to see in future episodes. I do have access to quite a few. Please rate and comment, and please, most importantly, subscribe. That really means a lot if you would. And until next time, have a good one.